Blessings, everyone. Welcome to Inner Fire Play. Thank you so much for being here. And whether you found this reading through curiosity or synchronicity, or you've been tapping into my channel for a tiny bit, please take today's reading as an invitation to pause, to listen, and reflect with one another. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust your own intuition above all else. And I thank you. We are going to see what, looks like the seventh house is already coming through, but we're going to see what zodiac sign this reading is for. All right, looks like we have Aquarius, and we have Saturn in the seventh house. Okay, and so Aquarius is, you're the visionary, innovation, community, liberation. You think about the future, but the shadow of your visionary work is sometimes detachment and maybe even rebellion. And, Aquarius, you are all about collective healing as well. So I'm really interested to see how that will come into play in the seventh house. To me, the seventh house is relationships and partnerships, our mirrors, our commitments, and how we are in relation with others. And not just humans, but all beings that we are related to. And then Saturn. To me, Saturn is about structure and discipline, our lessons, our mastery work, our karmic work, responsibility. Did I say discipline? I feel like discipline might be a word that we're going to be working with today a lot. So let's get started. Aquarius in the seventh house, relationships with some structure, stability, with some energy of karmic work. Okay, here we go. And so this is for anybody who has Aquarius, major Aquarius planets in their chart. If you're a sun, a moon, a rising, and the star coming through for you. Star energy is hope and healing. And so, as you, Aquarius, there is deep healing coming through in your relationships. I imagine things have been very challenging for you, but the star is here. And in my culture, we call her Dala. But the star is here to bring that hope and that healing, that there is some good healing happening here in the seventh house of relationships and commitments and partnership, maybe in your immediate collective, maybe perhaps even your family or your chosen family. Maybe things have been messy, and now that there is this energy of these lessons and this karmic pattern that's breaking at this time. And so I love the star energy as, star energy as our guide today. And I just got distracted because there's two cards that flipped out and they came from a last reading, but I'm noticing that this is happening a lot. And so I feel called to bring them forward. So Aquarius, the Hermit, and the High Priestess. What a beautiful spread here of the major arcana to come through for you, Aquarius, in your relationships, in your karmic work. This discipline that's coming through your spiritual realm here. High Priestess, your inner knowing, trusting your inner knowing. There is a healing happening. Perhaps there was a disruption in your relationships that made you distrust yourself. But I see that this card is here to tell you that you are right. Your feelings and your intuition is valid, valid, valid. I feel like there's something here that you've been competing with, maybe questioning, the validity of how you feel or what you think. Maybe somebody has led you to think that, but this is saying to trust yourself. And so this is where the deep healing is happening. But you learned this pattern. You learned the pattern of not trusting yourself from a very young age, maybe even through your family members. And so the Hermit is coming through for you, also with this inner guidance, this time to step away from listening to everyone else, to listening to social media, to listening to what other people say, to depend on what you think about the situation or your relationships. And so I see this karmic pattern here with Saturn and your mastery really coming through for your intuition here, Aquarius, or for those Aquarius placements. This place of becoming, in order to become a visionary, we can't rely on other people's visions. This is about you stepping into your own visions for your own healing in your relationships. What do you envision for your relationships? What is it that, how can the relationships also serve you? Okay, Aquarius, like balance here. So Temperance is one of my favorite cards. Balance and patience. Be patient with yourself. You've been impatient, for lack of a better word, impatient with yourself. And the major arcanas here are really saying that these are deep and important shifts in your life. There is a huge shift for you to really receive in this time. For you to anchor into this deep healing of your inner knowing, trusting yourself, your visions for yourself. I want to know if there is anything we need to look out for here. Two of Wands and the Knight of Swords. I believe that you no longer have to chase these people, whoever you have been in relation with, people that you've been trying to negotiate. No more chasing. Let them meet you halfway. And the Two of Wands, you must choose in this relationship how you want it to go for yourself. So there's really something here around this vision for yourself and your relationships, what you want in your relationships, and this decision making and this boundary setting for yourself that you have to make. This intensity that has been happening, that you can put a halt to it. And we see that this card, the Knight of Swords, is chasing. But perhaps, with the Hermit here, it's about, pausing here in that intensity. That we need to come back to center, to what it means to bring in that balance and patience, and to anchor into the healing, back into that vision, the inner vision for yourself. But that requires a lot of that discipline, right? This is karmic work, but it requires discipline. How can you center back to yourself? All right, whoever this reading is for, There has been great injustice in your relationship. It has not been fair. And so the Justice card is coming through to remind you of truth and fairness, and that this is in your favor. This whole message about believing in yourself and being truthful with yourself, and this hope and healing with your visions, like the Justice card, to trust that it will all work out in the end. And this is collective healing. Thinking about yourself might feel selfish for you because that's what you were taught, but that you will naturally share with others, Aquarius. That's just your nature. And so to trust that all will benefit from what is good for you. And the Ace of Cups. Don't worry, Aquarius. You are not going to lose love. What this is going to do for you is that it's going to bring about new feelings, new energies in your relationships, whether they stay or they go, or you stay or you go, that this is going to create new emotional patterns and pathways for you both, or you all. And so I'd like to just call in some last cards to support us with any feelings or sensations or messages to support this reading, things that you can take with you, attend, ground. So when in doubt, ground, pay attention, root into yourself. And we clearly see that here in this energy with the major arcana. We see here that these cards are solo cards. It's time for you to come back to yourself. Tighten and loosen, tighten and loosen, tighten and loosen. Notice when you are gripping, notice when you are being too loose or too distracted and like letting things just be. That there is this coming into the center, this grounding to see that vision through in an honorable way. That's message from the ancestors here. Messages from the ancestors here for Aquarius in relationships and the energy of lessons, mastery, karmic work, structure, responsibility. Please come through. Magic. Okay, Aquarius. Use your magic, your alchemical talent. That visionary work is magic. Aquarius, you are meant to innovate. And so the magician energy is quite similar. You have this way of thinking about the future that is almost revolutionary. And so don't be afraid of that. And don't be afraid to let others into that world and to see if it aligns. And if they don't, make your decision. Make your decision. Do what is necessary to hold your boundaries. Aquarius, you are magic. And so with that, I thank you. May you be well. And thank you for choosing life today. Take care.